soy el fuego que...
Hey everybody, welcome back to your Real Estate Sensei show. I am Sandra Jauregui, and today our guest is Jose Alonso. Hi Jose, how are you? Welcome to my show.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Sandra.
So Jose owns DaVynsse, or am I right?
Yes, you're saying it right. DaVynsse Homes.
DaVynsse Homes for 16 years. He's been a general contractor. He's a builder of residential and commercial real estate, builds new construction, remodels, and he's approved with 203K loans. Jose, tell us a little bit more about you. First, how did you end up in Naples and where you come from?
Well, I am Cuban. I started in Miami. I was working for 16 years with SunTrust Bank. Started as a teller, and he led my way all the way to operations, regional operations manager. At that time, on weekends, I did love construction, so we were working on the bank, and on the weekend, I would do construction. So we got fed up being in Miami with every other work, and we started planning in here in Naples, and we ended up in Naples. So we quit the bank, quit everything, and we started here brand new. So that's when I came here. I did all the other stuff, and
Wait, hold on. I'm having problems with the internet. Let me see. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So no, that's pretty much more or less. We started working on construction, and then one day an insurance company called me that they had an emergency. They needed an inspection. So I said, I've never done an inspection, but we can try. So that was how the inspection work started. I did one inspection for that insurance company. The next day they called me. They had 2 more emergencies, and every day I had 3 more and 4 more. So we kept doing inspections for them, and little by little, we kept adding customers. And this day, we do Monday through Saturday, we do home inspections.
Wow. And I know you're pretty busy. Jose, actually, it's, I'm going to say, covers probably from Naples all the way to where? tell us.
We do Mark Island, we do Naples, we do Fort Myers, we do Lehigh, Cape Coral. We also do, if we have an emergency, so we can go to La Belle, we can go further up. But we normally will be, let's say, North Fort Myers all the way to Mark Island. We do all those areas.
Do you work by yourself? You have some people that work for you?
No, we have a team that they do inspections for us. So we have 3 people now working on them that they do inspections with us, with the company. So it's a team.
Great. So being a contractor for many years, what was the biggest struggle and what kept you from being in service?
Say that again at the beginning. I lost you there.
What was your biggest struggle?
As a contractor?
As a contractor, yes.
Oh, the biggest trouble is getting that general contractor's license. That was the nightmare. But we did it. We got that license, and then we went for more. I got the biggest one, so let's go. So we did that one. We did the lead. Then we got certified with the inspections. We got certified. We kept on adding in inspections licenses. But the biggest struggle, it was getting that license. And after that, basically just getting customers, because you got to prove yourself. You got to show who you are, I guess, so you can have the repeat customers, and also they can refer you, new customers. So I guess that was the biggest hurdle.
That's very important to have the repeat customers and keep them satisfied. So
correct.
What would you say for us to the realtors? What will be your advice when the client said, "I'm going to skip the inspection"?
I mean, I know nowadays because of the market, and I'll start there. The way the market is, that they have multiple offers and they're skipping a lot of inspections, and I see it where I only go and I do, let's say, a wind mitigation or a 4-point, just the most important items on the house. But I know for a fact there's a lot of items that there are hidden that you will not see on a 4-point insurance. Basically, that's what you're looking for: electrical, plumbing, AC, and roofing. So there's a lot of other items that you will not see on that report that might affect the property. And I'll give you an example. Let's say we're going out, there's a structural issue, the house is cracked or the flooring is cracked. It might be a minor issue, but it might be a structural issue that we need to refer to an engineer. So there's other, items. Give an example: insulation. Depending on the year of the house, there's nowhere in the 4-point that I can know there's low insulation. So, and you see the houses as they go older, insulation starts to drop down a little, and sometimes they don't even have enough, the adequate insulation. So there are multiple items that we do see on an inspection, and we know that they're not on a 4-point inspection report.
So you
Sorry
will
about that. I thought I turned it off. Go ahead.
So you will advise the clients, I would say the realtors, to make sure to explain all these before they waive the inspection.
I would say definitely you would, I would advise all of the realtors, everybody, including the buyers, to do a home inspection. I mean, worst case scenario, you did the inspection and the house was perfect, which in a real, scenario, it's very hard to find a perfect house. But let's say the house is almost perfect. Well, you pay for an inspection. Now, you can be comfortable that, the house has no problems. But on the other scenario, and I'll give you an example. And this is not how it happened about 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. I went to do an inspection for an insurance company. Now, he already had bought the house. The house was a 2005 house. So the insurance calls me to do a 4-point. When I get there, I climb into the attic and I started, doing the inspection for the 4-point. I look and I see all the wires inside the attic. They're completely damaged by rodents. They were eaten by rodents. So that's a big safety issue. So I come down, I asked the owner, I go, did you do an inspection on the house? He goes, no, the house is 2005. It's almost perfect. So you have a big problem. You have to rewire the house. So he goes, no way. I go, yeah, the house was abandoned. That was, and I guess rodents got in and damaged all the electrical wire. They do damage the insulation. They do eat on the all the ductwork for the AC. They damage all that. So it was a lot of a major, part of I guess of the house, and that was never inspected. So now he has the electrical plus everything else that he could have found with an easy, $400 or $500 inspection.
And I think at this point of where the market is, I don't think it's people want to save the money. I believe it's more just to get the house because the way the market is. But I would say, you as an inspector, would you advise your clients to say no? You have to advise the buyers, yes, you have to do that inspection regardless.
All day long, I would advise them to do the inspection. I mean, and I guess what I always tell the realtor, if they don't want to do the inspection for whatever way, make sure that that you have informed them in any way. So if he ever comes back, they know at least you told them, please get that inspection done. It's very important. And definitely 100%, yes. It's always a good idea to do the home inspection.
So remember, Jose just said, make sure you have it in writing that you actually ask your client and advise your client to do inspection. But if the client decides to void and waive, if you have it in writing, you sign that document saying that they are waiving the inspection, make sure you keep that person. So other thing that I hear all the time is, I'm buying new, I don't need to do an inspection. What would you say that?
This is the first thing I see on new houses, and I would say probably close to 90% of the houses. Now they want to save a space all the time, and most of the times when they build a house, the AC goes into the attic. when they do that, the AC, the actual AC unit is connected to the ductwork, the plenum. They do seal that with a metal tape, so there's no air escaping or air coming in, depending on the side. But most of the houses that I see on new houses, the first thing I want to go and climb is in the attic, because most of them I know that they didn't do it properly. And the city inspector, most of the time, they do not climb on the inside the attic to look at that. So it is perfect now, but in a couple of months, as he comes in, the metal tape starts peeling off and all the ductwork separates. So you have all that cold air going into the attic instead of into the house.
Wow.
I've seen it also where they passed the whole, they did the CO, they passed all the inspections, and now I go to do the inspection. But the person buying the house before, let's say they were going to buy it, and they whatever reason they didn't close, but they wanted a light here or something extra. Everything is done, and now they go in and they add that third light or the fourth light. I've seen it where I go in and I see wires added to the electrical system or lighting added, but it's not up to code. It's all, just wire knots and everything, unsafe. So even though it's a new house, you should always do an inspection. And there is a lot of other little items. I'll give you an example. Baseboard, they're not cocked. Doors are not closing properly. GFIs that they're not working because for whatever reason they stopped working or they never worked from the beginning. County inspector goes checks the house and they do a good job, but they don't go one by one. They don't check every single outlet. They don't check, and we try to do that. When we go to the house, we try to check every outlet if it's visible. And on a new house, there's no furniture, there's nothing, so everything is available for us. So we try to check every outlet. We try to check everything to make sure that, everything is in place. So definitely on new houses, you will get a lot of, if not something major, because you probably won't, you're going to get a lot of items that you never knew that they were wrong. They were never going to get fixed. You should have gotten fixed.
I agree with you. I think everybody that is selling new construction, they should have and advise their clients to do also a home inspection. It doesn't matter, yes, it's new, but there is many things that they are there that need to be found, and the only one person who will find those things will be an inspector.
Yeah, I have a story. Actually, this is a brand new house, never used. They call me to do an inspection. I climb on we did the whole inspection. We climb on the roof. When I see there is a flashing in the front entry, there is a flashing that goes up into the wall. So when water comes in, it rains out. I see that there's no flashing. That was omitted. So I tell the buyer, this will leak. It's not leaking now, but it's going to leak real soon. There's no protection on it. So we tell the builder, he goes, no, that's fine. You still have a year warranty. So 3 days pass and the whole wall is covered with mold. I know because the buyer sent me a picture. You were totally right. This is full of mold. So now, something that could have been prevented real quick and no mold and no damage to the insulation or the interior walls. Now they had interior wall, they have mold, they have insulation. All that had to be replaced on a brand new house. So wow. Definitely, even though if it's a new house, you wanna do your inspection.
What would you advise about air test, radon? I know that a lot of people don't do it, but when the buyer is coming from up north, usually they want to do those inspections. Would you recommend to do that?
Yes, I do. And we can do, let's say on air quality, we can do an air quality on the house to see what what kind of air spores are there, if it's, healthy, not healthy. So definitely you want to do that air quality test. If you find a need, I don't go around on every single inspection that I do an air quality, but I want to make sure if there's any water damage or if any, let's say I go into the kitchen and I see water damage, but I don't see any mold. It could have been repaired, but not properly repaired. So at that time, I will advise the customer, let's do an air quality test just to see what comes out into the, because it might be covered, but it's still there. If it's repaired properly, you're never going to see it again. It's all done and forgotten. But we don't know that. If I see humidity or if I see water and I don't see any damage, then that would be a good time to do a air quality test to see what comes out. And on radon, the same thing. You're right. Most people that come up from north, they do request it. And I know even on a second story house, you might have mold. Not mold, radon. So definitely they request it, and you should do that also, just to be protected. Radon is unhealthy, not good for your health.
And although I know that when the client signs an agreement with some builders, the builder specify in their contract that that is not included. If they find that the property has radon, the mitigation will not be paid by the builders. Not everybody, but there are some builders that they know and they do it right away. So I had an experience with Treviso Bay, brand new unit, and we did the test and it came very high. And I know that the contract can say whatever you want, but if you go back the builder to fix it and try to negotiate things, they will usually take care. So don't be afraid to ask, even though you have a contract that is signed, that it says that they will not pay anything. I believe that we should not be afraid and advocate for our clients. Would you advise the same, Jose?
Definitely, that, and that's what I told on a new house. When we're talking about new house, that's what I tell them: do the inspection right before you do the walkthrough. Try to do it before the walkthrough, so when you turn in the final report, you give them that inspection. Look, this is the punch out list. This is what we want you to repair, which it will be a whole lot more that you're going to see. Since you don't have the experience that we do, so you're providing them a whole lot of other stuff that you would never have gotten repaired. And definitely, yeah, radon can be fixed. Radon is something that a mechanical, or AC contractor can take care of.
Great. Thank you, Jose, for your advice. Tell me about, did COVID affect your business?
The first thing when COVID hit, we went ahead and we took our classes. So I am certified, COVID. That's the first thing we did to make sure that we were protecting the customers. So we did all the classes. We got all the certifications. I would say, if on the other hand, I feel bad for the people that have gotten sick and all that, but for us, no, it has not stopped our business whatsoever.
And that will say the inspection part of your business. And I'm going to talk now a little bit more construction side, because Jose is residential and commercial general contractor, and he also builds, he also remodels. So in that side, being affected, not as maybe financially, but I would say, how the satisfaction to your customers with everything that has been going on today.
Well, on the construction side, it has affected us immensely. We have houses sitting that I could have been finished with them if on a regular market. We have houses sitting there for 4 or 5 months that I don't even have blocks for. So finally, starting to move. But no, it has. I have customers that they call me every day. When is my house going to be done? Some of them I told them, I prefer to give you the money back, and because if somebody promises you they can do it faster than me, by all means. But if somebody tells you that they can do your house in less than a year, it's kind of hard. We're sitting on waiting on materials. I just signed off on windows right now. The closest I can get them is 15 weeks.
Wow.
So it is in the construction. It has impacted us a lot on the timing and material. Wow. And the cost of material some of it has gone on 100%.
I heard that. So how can you give price to someone who wants to build? Let's say I have a customer that comes and I bring to you. They have their own floor plan. They want you to build. How can you close a price?
Well, we do it. We give them a price today, but on our contract, states that if the prices do go up, we will need to adjust the price. So and it's happened already. We have 2 customers that we're building for. When we started it, and now the prices have gone up, so we have adjusted the prices, and we only adjust on the price on the cost. Whatever cost difference is, then we will adjust for that. Because really on labor, I haven't seen any major changes for me. But on materials, yes.
So do you have a percentage written in your contract that you will say, if it goes higher than that, we're going to change the price, or you just leave it?
If it goes high, exactly. No, if it goes high, it will be changed. whatever I'm paying extra. And I'll give you an example. We just signed off on 4 windows today, and the same thing they tell me, you're signing off today. By the time you get delivery, if the price goes up, you will be billed for the difference. So it's kind of like what I tell the customers, just because we sign off today, the delivery day, that's when they bill me. So that price, if it affects the price, it will have, the buyer will also get the difference, and it will be on material price, not on construction, not on workmanship or on labor.
That is kind of like something that you really don't know how high you will go.
No, I know. I mean, right now things are not going up as I see used to be. Every day price were going up and up and up and up and up. Now I don't. I mean, I see they're going up, but not that crazy like before. So I'm hoping it stays where they are or just a little bit higher, but not that it keep on going crazy.
Great. So I'm going to go back to the inspection. New agents, even myself sometimes, when I get the inspection ready and I get the completed paper report, and if I don't know how to read an inspection and my buyer does not know, how can we go back and know what we're going to do next? I know we remember there is a lot of new agents that you get a report, you don't know what to ask, what to do.
Well, and this is something I tell, new agents or even all the buyers, I tell them, I will send you the report, and if you look at the report, you have no idea what he's saying, or you have no idea how to interpret the report, give me a call. We'll go through the entire report. Educate them on what is major, what is minor, because and I'll give you an example, something major, a roof, but if you're a roofer, that's minor for you. If it's electrical and you're electrical, then that's not a big deal, but it all depends. What is major for me might be minor for you. So I thought I'll go through the entire report, and then you can decide, okay, this is not a big deal, this is a big deal, a little hole in the wall is not. So everybody has their own ideas of what's important for them. So I will go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So definitely with a realtor, and I still doing it every day. I still get realtors calling me every day. Can we go through the report? Can you help me with the report? And definitely I'll take my time and I'll go item per item. Okay, this is this is that, this is minor, this is not and holding the general contractor's license that I have, I'm able to speak about prices. So I can say, this, I cannot give them an exact price, but I can give them a price. So I can give them an idea, okay, this is going to cost you a fairly close price, usually. So we will go through the entire report and guide them to see, so they know at the end of the report, they know what they're buying.
That I believe that is very important. That's why I use DaVynsse Homes. He's really, he will go back and tell you, we have to review these, and anything that you will ask, he will actually tell you what you should do. Remember, he is not the person that will tell you what to do, but will give you an advice. And he knows he's a general contractor. Will not give you the price, the exact price, but at least it will give you an estimate value you can work with. And in this market, sellers are going to do repairs, so that's another disadvantage that they have. And I'm sure that if you go back to Jose, you will tell them at least the cost that they will be encountering if they go and pursue the contract, correct?
Correct. And I'll give you just another story today that happened today. We did an inspection for a lady, and this was, 4-point inspection. We're going back in a full home, but the roof is 23 years old. Just because it's 23, that doesn't mean the roof is bad. It can go up to 30. On some shingles and go life expectancy to 30. But on this one, there was some damage, and this is not a shingle, this is a tile roof. But he had quite a few damaged tiles and loose tiles. So based on that, I know insurance nowadays, they're cutting down their age. So if it's a 30-year, they don't want to go more than 20 years. So you have a life expectancy from the manufacturer 30. The insurance only want to go to 20 years. They want to cover themselves, I guess. So being that her roof was already 23, I can only give him X amount of days because of the damage that he has. So that puts the roof already on 26. And let's say by the time he'll be 26. So those things, and the buyer just called me, well, but the roof is already 23 and you know, only 3 more years of life expectancy. I mean, that's just an opinion. It could go a little higher, but I have no idea. So just, you know, going back to like servicing the customer and helping her out with that, she called me back and she saw 23 years already on the roof and only 3 years of life. I mean, I told her it could last you a little longer. I don't know that because you have those damaged tiles. And so best way will be hire a licensed roofer, go there and physically go under, and they're able to lift the tiles, do more than I can do as a visual inspection. So I mean, going back, we try to help them out as much as we can.
I think that's very important, and do it during the time that's necessary. Also try to get the insurance quote because, like you said, there is a lot of insurance companies that they will not give you an insurance quote if you have those issues. And I've been seeing this more and more because before they were not as picky as they getting today. Like, no, you're not getting insurance. And then what do you do with a house without insurance?
Yep.
But it's like really, really very important on that. So any other advice that you think, not just realtors, also home buyers, because a lot of buyers, they actually think that they will save money not using a real estate agent, but they have to do an inspection. So what would be your advice for a home buyer that is not using a real estate agent, and how careful they have to be with the repairs items in a home?
I mean, I guess going as a real estate agent, and I don't know much about that, but if you using a real estate agent, you have somebody helping you on your side, just like an attorney helps you, just like, you know, a doctor helps you. If you're going on it alone, you do a home inspection, but who, you know, how much information can you probably negotiate, or how much information, you know, of that report can you get help with, you know, because you might have the report, but you now what do I do with it? Well, in this instance, you have a realtor, you have a report, you have a realtor that will help you and guide you, and you know, even sometimes tell you, you know what, it's time to find another house because it might be a bad house for you, not for somebody else, but for you. So definitely, I would suggest, you know, hire a licensed real estate agent, and for sure, you know, make sure you do an inspection on every house you buy. And another story, I mean, I've had customers that I have done for them almost 4 or 5 inspections. I mean, on the same customer, and I tell them, don't give up. You know, we're going to find the house that you'll be able to buy. Because, and I had a gentleman. We did one house, and we went there. He could not. I guess his budget was not too high. So we did a house, and the house was really. I mean, it was. I told him, you know, you need to walk out of this one. I basically said. So we did the second one, and I go look. So we had the second one was an old house. So all the electrical was cloth wire. We had the piping was wrong. I mean, the structure. So I go, this is no good either. So we kept going, and about the fifth house, he goes, I'm quitting. So I go, listen, do not give up. You will find. So finally, we did see the sixth house,
Wow.
and it was a beautiful house. I go, listen, go ahead and buy it, and I'll call me for the barbecue. So you know, so sometimes you get frustrated because you do an inspection, and it might, you know, there might be major things that you cannot buy. But I would say, don't give up. You know, you will find the house that you'll be able to move into. But definitely an inspection will help you walk away or know exactly what you need to fix when you move in, or negotiate with a realtor the items that you might be able to negotiate. Like Sandra said a little while ago, just because they say that they will not do the radon, she got it approved and she got the radon done. So that shows you that it's always a good idea to have a, you know, real estate agent with you.
Thank you, Jose. I'm going to ask you to come back. I know you're busy, but I want to ask you to come back because I want to do the same interview in Spanish. We do
Sure.
have a lot of Spanish customers. We do have a lot of Spanish real estate agents. And I think the value that you bring to everybody will be also done in Spanish. So I'm going to bring you back again.
Sure. Would love that.
Much for your time. And if people wanna find you, give them your phone number or how they can find you.
mean, we do have a webpage, which is the name of the company, DaVynsse Homes. My phone number is 239-280-6700. It's my cell phone, which is always open. But texting will be the best way to get me, or calling me. Usually I'm on the field, so emails are get seen at very late at night or very early in the morning. But thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jose. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.